More about elections. I promise you, we are almost done. We are so close. Okay, more about elections. Primary elections are one kind of election. Two other kinds of elections are general elections and special elections. All elections are held according to state and federal laws. In addition, each Native American nation establishes its own procedures, rules, and requirements for electing its leaders. General elections. The end of a campaign is the general election, in which one candidate is elected to each office. In most states, only a plurality is required for election. A candidate wins by a plurality if he or she has more votes than anyone else. In some states, however, a candidate must get a majority, so more than 50% of the votes to win. Otherwise, a runoff election is held. Special elections. Special elections are sometimes held at the local or state level to let the person, rather than the government leaders, decide an issue. For example, whether to raise taxes. A special election also might be called to replace an office holder who has died in or resigned from office. Holding an election. The dates of general election are set by law. Federal elections take place on the first Tuesday following the first Monday in November of every even numbered year. Oh, wow. Okay. Most states hold statewide elections on the same day, and more than half the states require the local elections to take place on this day as well. On election day, voters go to the polling place in the precinct where they live. The polling place is usually run by workers paid by the local election authority. Occasionally, there will be a number of poll watchers from one or more political parties. Voters cast a secret vote. That is, they vote in private, and no one knows for whom any individual voted. Votes may be cast on paper ballots or on some types of voting machines. Many voting machines are now electronic. Electronic voting is controversial because some machines do not keep a paper record of votes cast. Critics fear that using such machines increase the chance for inaccurate and unfair results due to system failure or illegal tampering. Some voters are not able to vote at their polling place because they are seriously ill or, as with many members of the armed forces, are away from home. These voters can request an absentee ballot, which is a ballot submitted on or before election day by a voter who cannot be present on election day. A voter fills out this ballot and mails it in by the day set by law. All states now allow absentee voting by mail, but 22 states require voters to provide the reason they are using the vote by mail provision. More than 30 states now allow voters to vote early. Whether they will be absent on election day or not, early voting rules vary by state. The early voting period may be as long as 45 days, but most states limit it to 14 or 21 days before election day. Campaigns and the public good. Political parties, interest groups, and individuals all play in part of determining who represents us in our local, state, and national governments. Parties nominate candidates and help define the public issues and public agendas the campaign will cover. Interest groups lend their voice to the public debate and support or oppose candidates and issues. Individuals vote, and the results of the vote determine which issues are important and which policies should continue and which policies should change. Election and public good. Elections serve the public good by allowing citizens to express their opinion on how the country should be run. Election campaigns spend a lot of time and money to inform voters about the candidates and call attention to important issues. Both functions can help voters make informed choices on election day. Criticism of campaigns. On the other hand, the way that many campaigns are conducted has generated criticism. Some dislike campaigns' reliance on TV advertising. How much useful information, critics ask, is provided in a 30-second TV spot? Critics also charge that campaign advertising may distort or omit information which leaves voters misinformed rather than informed. Many campaigns are criticized for their negative ads. Voters often tell pollsters that they oppose negative campaigning. However, campaigns continue to go negative because a candidate who feels that he or she has been attacked usually feels the need to respond in a similar fashion. In addition, some candidates have found that criticizing an opponent is more effective in terms of influencing voter behavior. Critics blame these factors, along with voter registration requirements and today's reduced role of political parties, for the low level of voter turnout. These factors may also help explain why 1/3 of Americans claim to have little or no interest in politics and public affairs. What whatever people think of political campaigns, the issues facing the country, such as healthcare, terrorism, and national security, will not go away. Your vote is the voice. Voting will help you shape the future of your community, state, and country. Whew. Oh my God, is that it? Did we make it? Okay, I'm not reading that. Right, we're done. Right. Yes. Yes, we're done. Okay, awesome. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.